guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Tia and I'm a book girly to my core. So as you saw by the title of the video, we are going to be doing 26 books that I am excited to release in 2026, as well as some books that I really want to get round to reading in 2026. So let's get into it. So I thought we could start off with books that I'm excited for the release of, because there are so many good ones. I wrote a list on my phone so we can just go through it. Okay, so book number 1 is Unbound by Peyton Connie. I feel like I'm always saying her name wrong. Probably am, because I am dyslexic, but anyway. Her book that is releasing is Unbound, and this is book 3 in her series, and it comes out April 7th, and I have never been so excited for a romance book in my life. Like, I don't think you understand the way that she writes her books. It is so much more than just romance. You go through harsh topics, you go through things that realistically happen in real life. Like, you just feel the emotion of the characters so much. Like, I will insert a picture somewhere of me reading her second book, which was Unloved, which is my Roman Empire. It is absolutely amazing. And so the book follows, now it's going to be following, oh, I forgot her name. Give me a second. No, it's gone. We'll be following Bennett and Paloma. We're going to be following Bennett and Paloma, and I'm very excited because it's kind of like not forbidden, but it is hidden, because throughout the other 2 books you kind of have an inkling that maybe something's going on between them that people don't want to know. And yes, we were right, but I feel like it's going to be very, very sad. And the comment that Peyton said to me was that I'm going to need to send her my therapy bill after. So thank you for that. What a great way to start the year with one of those reads. But if an author can really draw out that type of emotion from you, then I'm all here for it. Moving on, another book that I'm very excited to release is Fury Bound. Now, come on, I feel like we're not even shocked about this. Bound is one of my favourite reads of 2025. And if you have not read Bound yet, you need to add it to your TBR because it is absolutely phenomenal. I personally recommend doing immersive reading. I was not an audiobook girly until like the middle of last year, but immersive reading a fantasy is just next level. I mean, it's probably not just me, but when reading a fantasy, when you're trying to pronounce these names and these places and you're just like, oh, this is actually how it's supposed to sound and how you're supposed to say it, it's a shocker. But I would definitely recommend immersive reading for Bound because you really, really get into it and it is so good. So Bound follows our FMC, who her sister goes missing and she decides that she's gonna join, I can't remember if it's the army or not, but she decides she's gonna join the army, let's go with that. And when she gets there, there is trials, but the reason being is that the year that she has decided to join the army, there is bonding trials where you get to bond to a direwolf, and what a lucky girl that she was. Not that she wanted to be a part of these trials, no one wants to be because not many people survive, but she did survive and she did get a wolf, a dire wolf, that hasn't wanted to bond with anyone in a very long time. Then she's got to survive this college kind of situation. It is kind of giving Fourth Wing, I must admit, like War College and stuff like that, but I absolutely devoured it. There are so many twists and turns. The plot twist, I'm not going to say much more, but let me just say, but the nickname that one of the characters gave our FMC, kitten, we can look past that and we can move on. But Fury Bound is the continuation of Bound and I absolutely cannot wait. Moving on to our next book, which is... Okay, so this hasn't actually officially been announced, but one of my besties, Addie, she actually says that I'm Amazon Sherlock because I am always finding things that maybe I should not be finding. So, for example, Olivia Rose Darling, if you have not read her series, she wrote Fear the Flames and Wrath of the Dragons. That series holds a special place in my heart. I don't think you understand. It is so underhyped and more people need to pick it up because it is absolutely amazing. First book, I can understand why some people don't get along with it. It is, you know, it's okay. It's good. I really enjoyed it. The second book, on the other hand, That was a 6-star read. It was absolutely phenomenal. The ending crushed my heart, and I need book 3 like I need oxygen. Which, moving on to that, book 3 is actually releasing on September 3rd, according to Amazon. But I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But I'm very excited because the way that book 2 ended, yeah, I need a lot of answers. So the series actually follows our FMC, and she is a princess, and she's bonded to 5 dragons, and she basically gets locked away for something that happened, I believe it was to her mother, and then she escapes, and now she's a long lost princess and whatnot. That is book 1, and she is trying to get her dragons back because she had to leave them behind. In book 2, we are now trying to get back to her palace because she wants revenge for what her father has done to her. And I'm not going to say much more because I don't want to give spoilers. But it is so, so, so good. A really, really good romantasy. Caden Velez, the man that you are. Oh, he is everything. He takes yearning to a next level. Just absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love the series. So I highly recommend reading it. It is so good. Moving on to the next book is, I feel like this is not even a shocker. It is, oh my god, what is it called? Well, In Her Own League by Liz Tomfordy. I am so excited for this. This is not part of the Windy City series, but this is a Windy City series spin-off because it is Miller's dad, who is the team captain of the Windy City Warriors baseball team and the new owner of the team, who happens to be our lovely FMC. And I'm so excited because in the end of, I believe it was Caught Up and Play Along, they do not like each other. Like, they really do not like each other. But I just know it's going to be so, 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 so good. If you know Liz, her writing style, I love it. And you cannot beat a good sports romance. So I'm excited for that. And that is releasing on the 3rd of March, the day after my birthday. If I could get that early, that would make my year. Because literally, Amazon, please mess up and send it to me early. The next book that I'm very excited for is Starside by Alex Astor. I believe this is her first ever adult romantasy, so I'm very excited. And I love the concept of where your power is earned and not just given to you at birth. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I love that concept. And I believe that they are given swords, if I remember rightly. I can't remember completely, but just the cover and everything that I've seen about it is... I just cannot wait for that. And that book releases in March also, the 24th of March. I'm super excited for that. I believe it is like a classic enemies to lovers, and it's just going to be so, so, so good. I love her writing style. And another book that is coming out that I am super, super excited for is by an author that I absolutely love, Chelsea Curto. So she has a new book coming out, and this is going to be traditionally published, so congratulations. This is coming out on the 16th of July, and this is called In Stormy Weather. So from what I can remember, actually, let me just pull it up so I can read it to you guys, because I'm very intrigued by this, because it's nothing like I've read before. And I believe that, I could be wrong, that they're storm chasers. Let me just have a look. And stormy. Okay, so yes, I think I'm correct there. So it says, when lightning strikes, things are bound to get steamy. Nothing can reign in Quincy Monroe's parade. She's a woman in STEM. Oh, okay, with a PhD in science. That's the host of a successful online weather show and has 1 million followers on her Instagram. Quincy has spent endless hours, don't mind me guys, endless hours, her path in this male-dominated field, becoming one of the best in her industry. With a job opportunity, nothing can derail her success except for the ill-timed arrival of Sebastian. Okay, so I'm very excited about this because it's looking like a forced proximity kind of situation. And a woman in STEM, I have a love-hate relationship with those types of books. I don't know what it is, but I'm very excited because I love Chelsea's writing style. Also, something else I'm very excited for Chelsea to release is the last 2 books in the DC Stars series. Now, If you follow me on my other platforms, you will know how much I adore her series. I was lucky enough to meet her this year at Rare, and she is one of the sweetest people ever. And we don't actually have official dates for the rest of the series, for the DC Star series, because we have book, I believe is a book 6 and 7 that's releasing. It just says early 26 and late 2026, so I don't have any information on that for you. Okay. Now, another book that I'm very excited for that we don't have a date for, once again, is the third book in the Wolf King. I believe is it a trilogy? I believe it is a trilogy. Oh, I cannot sit down, get a drink, because this is going to be very fun. So, the Wolf King and the Night Prince, two of my new Roman empires. We all know how much I love Fourth Wing. Now, this is crazy to say, this is on the same level for me, because I finished each book in one sitting. One sitting! I am a very slow reader and I absolutely adored these books. They were absolutely phenomenal. I love her writing style. It's very easy to like read, and it's just, the pacing and everything is perfect for quite a short book in like romantasy like settings, like for example like ACOTAR and stuff like that. You have quite chunky books and stuff. So I really enjoyed them. So the first book, The Wolf King, once again we have a princess and her father puts on like these like wolf fights and she doesn't approve of them, whatever. One thing happens one night at one of these fights and she sees a young boy who was going to be fighting the alpha of one of the wolf packs. So she's like, no, stop, and stops and whatever. She gets told to go to her room and excuse herself. She did manage to stop the fight, which is brilliant. She then goes down to the kennels to go and help this boy because he was injured. And when she gets there, the guy that injured him is like, why are you here? And we find out that then he is an alpha. And later that night, he decides to escape and he decides to take the princess with him. And that is how the start of the Wolf King goes on. We then meet our love interest, because this is a love triangle. I didn't mention that. This is a love triangle. And our love interest, Blake, he is like another alpha and they don't get along. Blake and Callum, they do not get along. They don't like each other. But Blake, Blake, he is, I love Blake. And he has a lovely little nickname, Lick Lame, oh my god, Tia. A lovely nickname for her, and it is a little rabbit. And that is when we meet our other interest, so Blake. And I love that man. Moving on to the Night Prince. There is some things that happen at the end of the Wolf King that I can't discuss because it is a spoiler. But when you get into the Night Prince, we kind of continue where we left off. And I love it when fantasies do that we don't like wander on. So we literally start exactly where we ended off. And the tension. So now something has happened. They can now feel each other's emotions. And they are linked. That is all I'm going to say. She's having a dream. He's having a dream. They're having a great time in the dream. And the tension is absolutely crazy. You can literally cut it with a knife. And the ending, I can't even discuss the ending because I don't want to spoil anything. The ending had me sitting up in my seat like, what the hell is going on? But if you have not read The Night Prince and The Wolf King, you need to go pick them up. They are absolutely amazing. I will be collecting those editions like they are Infinity Stones because they are so good. And that series is by Laura Pal Freeman. It is so good, but I don't have any date for it for you. I'm so sorry. Another book that I'm super excited for, because we were getting off track there, is Holy Monsters by Imani Uryu. This comes out the 26th of November. I absolutely adore Heavenly Bodies. I have not yet read Fallen Stars, but I'm super excited to read it because everyone has said it's even better than the first book. But this is an amazing series. I believe it's going to be a 6-book series and we're only on book 3 at the moment, but it is so good. Another series that I'm super excited for, and once again, this is such an underrated series. I don't see that many people talking about it, to be honest. And this is The Wild Card by Stephanie Archer, and this comes out the 5th of February. And this is the Vancouver Storm series. I have been reading this author since she was indie published, and she is still not getting the love that she deserves. It is such a good series. the banter, the characters, like everything about it is so good. I don't think there's been one book by her that I've rated under 5 stars. They are so good. My 2 favourites out of the series are The Fake Out and Gloves Off. They are so good. I think most of her books, obviously, they are all hockey romance, but they are professional hockey, which I really like, because sometimes, don't get me wrong, I love a college hockey romance, but sometimes they can be a bit repetitive. So I love a professional NHL hockey series. It is so good. The first book is Behind the Net, I believe, and this is a childhood friends to lovers. It is very, very good. I must admit. Childhood friends to lovers? I am very wrong with that. It is not childhood friends to lovers. It is... I can't remember what the trope is for that one, but it has forced proximity, and they did know each other when they were children, but it's not childhood to lovers. The second book is Fake Dating. We know how I feel about fake dating, and it's perfect because it's literally called The Fake Out. And that follows Rory and Miller, and it is so good. It doesn't follow Rory and Miller. His name is Rory Miller. Oh, don't mind me, guys. But it is so good. And then the fourth book, it is called The Wingman, and that is childhood friends to lovers, and it is very, very good. I am not the biggest fan of childhood friends to lovers, but it was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved it. The newest released book is called Gloves Off. Sorry, I completely lost it for a minute. It's called Gloves Off, and it is so good. So it is a marriage of convenience, also a little bit of enemies to lovers. It is so good. I absolutely loved the chemistry between the characters and the tension. You could cut it with a knife. It was absolutely amazing. I loved it. And then the last book, which is coming out in... where did I say? The 5th of February, which is The Wild Card. This follows one of the previous FMC's, best friends and the coach of the team, which I'm so excited about because they're always bantering and I just know it's going to be so good. So I'm very excited for that one. And then another book that I'm super excited for. I've actually already read this, but I need to give it a mention because it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It got me out of a reading slump as well. It is called On Thin Ice by Olivia Bell. So Olivia is actually one of my friends, and she is a bookstagrammer, booktalker, and she has written a book and it comes out on the 9th of April. Okay, if you love Dancing with the Stars, if you like Dancing on Ice, or if you like Strictly or anything like that, you are going to love this book. It is so good, such a fun read. And so our MMC, he is a like Hollywood bad boy and he needs to reform, but he hasn't been like in the limelight in ages. His agent decides to put him on this kind of like Dancing with the Stars, Dancing on Ice, kind of show. Our FMC is a star on this show, as in like she works for the show, and they kind of get along, don't really get along at first, and then brilliant. It's so good. They decide to fake date, not necessarily actually dating, but just like posting and stuff online, like they're always together and things, and it works wonders because he needs to win the show for his mum. The only reason he's doing the show is for his mum because she is ill. But when you read it, just their chemistry is lovely. I absolutely really adored the book. It has spice, not heavy on it, and it was just so good. So if you haven't heard of this book yet and you think it's something that you'd love, go pre-order it because it is so good. I loved it. Another book that I'm super excited to release is Broken Dove. I read Silver Elite. I enjoyed it, but I feel like sometimes some books in a series, there's always a book that is an information dump or is like setting up for the rest of the series, and I feel like Silver Elite, it was the first book. It had a very controversial opinion about it online, but I feel like it was good. I really enjoyed it. It's just not what I expected, but I just know Broken Dove is going to be the book. That is going to be so good. I can see it being a 6-star read. That is my predictions. But the way that Silver Elite ended, I can see it being very good. So I'm super excited for that. And that releases out on the 12th of May. Okay, 2 books by one of my favourite authors, Anna. I cannot wait for this to release. So we have King of Gluttony that comes out on the 28th of April, and then we also have The Keeper that comes out on the 27th of October. So The Keeper is part of the Gods of the Game series, which is the Striker and the Defender, and I believe this is the last book, but I'm not sure if that's officially confirmed, and I'm very excited for this. And I'm pretty sure it's a trope that she hasn't written before, which is nanny and I think it's like Nanny something, I can't remember what it was, but I'm very excited. And then we have King of Gluttony, and that, I believe they were childhood rivals. I can't remember completely, but everything that she's promoted it with, I'm so excited. It looks so good. I am sat. And the last book that I'm really excited to release is And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. Okay, if you do not follow Jess, Jess is a B.K. Borison stan, and she loves everything that she's written, and I'm so excited to read Now Back to You because I've just heard amazing things about all of her writing, so I'm super excited to read it, and that releases on the 26th of February, so I'm very excited. But those are all the books I'm excited to release. Now onto the books that I am super excited to read in 2026, and I need to get read to them because my TBR, I counted it the other day, 202 books is crazy, so we need to get it down. Okay, so now we are moving on to the books that I'm super excited to read and to get round to reading in 2026. Starting off strong is A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and to be honest, I don't really know much about the universe, but everyone that I've spoken to has said that is everything and more. So let me have a quick read. Since her magic allows her to compel anyone to do her bidding, and merely looking into her eyes, the world was at her feet. But after a tragic accident, she is thrown into the Fey King's dungeon and forced to swear a blood oath to him, binding her to his service. Okay, I'm very excited about this because it just sounds amazing, so I can't wait to read this. And another book that I'm super excited to read, and I feel like I should have read this last year but didn't get round to reading, is Rose in Chains. Now, I know this is controversial to a lot of people, but this sounds absolutely amazing, and I'm really, really excited to read it. And all the girls have been saying to me, Tia, you gotta read it, it's so good, I love it. Not in that voice, obviously, but I'm very excited to read Rose in Chains because it just seems like a very, very good book. So that is one that I'm super excited to read as well. And that is by Julie Soto, which I believe, isn't she a romance author? So I was very intrigued. I find it very interesting when romance authors go to romantasy or the other way around. I think it's quite interesting because they bring like a different type of style to it. That's just my opinion. But another book that I'm really excited for is The Night and the Moth. Now, I know you're screaming at me, why haven't I read this? The truth is, I was looking for a paperback and I finally found one. And I just did not get around to reading it before the end of the year. But I've been told that this is super funny as well. And I think it's a really interesting concept because aren't they blindfolded or not blindfolded? They can't see. I can't remember exactly. But I'm very, very excited about this. It seems very, very interesting. And something very different to the usual romantasy that I read. So I'm really excited to read this. And this is by Rachel Gillig. And yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I could be reading this soon, maybe after my current read, but we will see. And another book that I'm super excited to read, that I have not read anything by the Twisted Sisters, but I'm super excited to read Hollow. I managed to get this gorgeous edition off Amazon. And this seems very interesting as well. Did I buy it because it has a dragon on it? Maybe, but I stayed because of what the information about the book was given to me, and it is just, I'm just so excited. The art for everything that I've seen on this, gorgeous. And I also want to try getting around to reading Zodiac Academy as well, and now that's a big ask because that is like 10 books, is it not, or something along those lines. I will probably read the first book, see how I get along with it, and see if I vibe, because I know it's very mixed opinions on it. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I mean, that's like any book anyway. But yeah, I really do want to read Zodiac Academy, but I really want to read this first because I believe the second book comes out this year. So I'm very excited, but this is what it says. It says, don't listen to the whispers of the woods. Don't trust the man cloaked in shadow. Don't earn the wrath of a scrapted spirits. Don't go out after dark. I think that sounds very interesting, so I'm very, very excited to read this one. Also, another one that I've been putting off for a while is Cash. I love a cowboy romance, and I haven't actually read a cowboy romance in quite a while because I was reading them quite often and I felt like they were getting quite repetitive. I mean, they're like small town, cowboy this, bull rider and stuff, whatever. But I'm very excited for this. I actually got to meet Jessica, in London last year, and she got to sign my book for me. And I'm super excited because I've had nothing but really, really good things about this series, and maybe it's what I need just in between my romantasy, just to, you know, bring me that romance that I need. But I'm very excited for those, and you guys are going to scream at me again. I'm really sorry. I still need to read these 2 books. I know. Everyone is telling me that King of Envy, the guy in this, I believe his name is Vuk. Yes, I believe his name is Vuk. And everyone is telling me that he's going to overthrow Christian Harper. My Christian Harper! He's going to be overthrown by him. I mean, it's a green book, so I have hope and faith, but apparently he is the most morally grey, practically morally black man that Anna has written, and this is a very, very good book. I also need to read King of Sloth, which is obviously before King of Envy, but I've had really mixed opinions about this one, and I'm not, you know, I'm very excited for it nonetheless. I mean, it sounds really interesting, and I love Salome. So I feel like this could be really, really good, but that's the only thing that the reason I haven't read it sooner is because people have been putting me off, but I'm very excited to read it nonetheless. Another book that I'm really excited to read that I'm very lucky I already have this is Gravewood, and this is going to be one of Wayward's new releases, and this is by Kelly Andrews, and we don't really have much to know about it other than it is love, or is it bloodlust? So this is vampires, I believe. Bloodlust? Obviously it's vampires. And it says, when it comes to vampires, love is the deadliest bargain. And this comes out in April 2026. And to be honest, once again, for a romantasy book, this is quite a thin book, so I'm very excited. I'm not sure if this is a series or if this is a standalone, but I'm very excited for this because I've been loving werewolf romances, not werewolf, I mean just like wolf romantasy in general, and I feel like vampires could be the next thing that I'm really excited about, because most like fantasy is always like dragons and stuff like that, and I love dragons, but it'd be really nice for something different. And another book that I'm super excited to read, which I have, is Across the Vanishing Sky by Catherine Cowles, and the reason being is I've heard that her romances are very different to normal romance, because there's like always like a mystery thriller element to her books, so I'm very excited to read this, and this comes out in March also. And on the back it says, he spent a lifetime trying to escape his dark past, but to save her, he will wade back into the shadows. So I'm very excited for this. I have heard amazing things from a couple of people that have already read it, so I'm very excited to dive in myself. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and these are all the books that I'm excited to read in 2026 and releases that I'm excited to read. And if you haven't heard of some of the releases, maybe you can add some of these to your TBR. But have a great day! Mwah!